Following Piper, we quickly find out why she was locked out as we are greeted by the mayor of Diamond City, an angry-looking man who's had it up to here with the nosy reporter. And it's honestly good to see that even more than 200 years after the fall of society, there is still a love-hate relationship between politicians and the press. Just looking at America, even though the First Amendment to the Constitution guarantees freedom of the press, there has been a long history of politicians trying to silence stories they didn't like in the media. Going back to the very beginning of the nation, the Sedition Act criminalized publishing, quote, false, scandalous, and malicious writing against the government. The Adams administration used this act to close down several newspapers while also successfully prosecuting 10 individuals, while many others saw fit to self-censor for fear of retribution. The Red Scare of the 1950s is another time where we can see the American government coming for those who espoused viewpoints they didn't agree with Senator Joseph McCarthy publicly attacking journalists who asked too many questions. Richard Nixon, the 37th president, famously had an enemies list that consisted of several journalists he wanted taken down for their coverage of his presidency, and we've even seen a push in recent months by the current administration in the White House to have journalists and reporters banned or fired for their perceived slights. Now, that isn't to say that all journalists are trustworthy, or that some of them didn't deserve pushback for twisting the words of a political figure or even making up stories entirely. But as a general rule, freedom tends to work best when people are more informed of the things going on in the world around them. Journalists should be free to ask questions without fear of retribution, and they should be able to dig into stories without worrying about being locked away for uncovering the wrong thing. At the same time, the outlets publishing those stories have a duty to ensure that they are only sharing the facts that align with reality, and to ensure that they are working to inform rather than instruct the reader. The average person should be able to read the information and make up their own mind, and they should be able to trust that the outlet they are reading from is honest.